Good morning, everyone. Thanks for logging in today. I'm so sorry about last Saturday. As you know that my father-in-law passed away last week, passed on. And on the last Saturday, this time, we actually went to the monastery to collect his bones after cremated. First time, Jiden, I touched a real human bones. So it's like, okay. And it's my father-in-law. Then after we have to put inside the urn and pray for him and chant for him to this 佛教的祷告仪式. Yeah, how I feel whole of last week is really very, very down, very moody. And I'm so sorry I did not have the time to have tuition with you. So irritating downstairs, they are cutting grass. Okay. Thanks for your understanding. Okay, let's go through this piece of this lesson. Social media and mass media. It's a very common topic that we're going to use it. Can you hear my background noise? Very noisy. Are you able to hear? No, Hanye, okay? No, okay, but it's damn bloody noisy, okay? Okay, what is the difference between mass media and social media? May I have Hanye, will you mind read to the class, please? Thank you, sir.
What is the difference between mass media and social media? Mass media, those means of communication that reach and influence large numbers of people. These include newspapers, magazines, radios, and television and fax. These are also referred to as the traditional media. Social media, those means of communication that are primarily hosted by the internet.
Very good. So now, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, your time is drawing nearer to listening comprehensions and oral presentation. And true enough, this topic is going to be a very hot topic. Why I say so? Recently, I'm teaching IB students, and I go and busybody and look at some A levels general papers. There, one of the topic is technology and media. And true enough, social media, mass media comes into place of the essay. So I think a few of you here may be going for JC or even in Poly. Definitely you are there, okay? My question is, how were these two topics related to you in later parts of your life when you're writing an essay or give presentation? Guess what, Jimmy? Recently, one of my Set 4 students, he went for EAE. You know what is EAE now, Jaden? EAE? Anya, why you don't turn on your camera? Jimmy, EAE means when you're Set 4, you decided to go to certain courses in Poly. And then you go for an interview. And one of them is about cyber security as a diploma in cyber security and information technology. So there was this interviewer asking for what kind of media do you think is going to be popular in the future? Whoa, you see? So this topics is going to be lasting for many, one or two or more generations. Mass media started 100 years ago or even longer. And now we have social media. And honestly, I don't know what is going to happen to your son, to your grandchildren, to your children, to your grandchildren, or to your great-grandchildren. What kind of media will they be using? Nobody knows. It's only the genius who come out, the ideas come out, will have some ideas. So, ladies and gentlemen, today is, actually, I'm so sorry, it's supposed to be last week. Then this week we have some other things. So sorry about that. So today, since all of you choose social media, okay, I would want you to spend 1-2 minutes why you vote for social media. So it's practicing your oral. All right, you got it, Hanya, Jamie, and Jaden. You know, your this Set 4 O levels, you're going to watch a video, right? Right, Jaden. Then you're going to spend 1 or 2 minutes to write down your script and then talk to the examiner. Next week or so, you're going to have a video, and then after watching the video, you have to tell me what is it, and you talk. I mean, sorry, because this is face-to-face. By right, if it's no, sorry, this is not face-to-face, this is Zoom. By right, face-to-face, you are able to come and sit in front of me, explain to me, right, and then do your gesture. So same thing, hopefully this is like e-learning, okay? Even though we are quite distant apart, so please do your best for your performance, for your oral. So this is just a mock exam, like why you choose social media. So first one to start off with Jaden, followed by Jamie and Anya. Okay. So I want you to spend about 1 minute to write down your script and then talk to me. In not few sentences, less than 30 seconds, you're gonna feel, to be honest. So think about what you're going to talk about social media in front of a two examiner. All right, go. So for me, if I were to start off, social media is in fact part and parcel of our life. We can't live without social media nowadays because it evolved around social media. Like it or not, it's going to be in our daily necessity. For example, we sometimes need to use WhatsApp to communicate with people in a more efficient and faster manner. We used to watch a video on the YouTube to learn how to cook and things like that. Just continue talking. I think last week we showed 3 picture, right? Oh, Anya, 3 video, right? Last week, the first week about the mom passed away, correct? Oh, Jaden, about the what is this sparrow, right? Jimmy, about this 新年快乐 恭喜发财, right? So use that media to talk about it if you can, all right? Like give yourself a minute, I go and do something first. All right, still got 1 more minute to talk about it. Okay, Jaden, when you are ready, let Uncle Raymond know. Thank you very much. Are you ready, Jaden? So you
Yeah.
have to talk, and okay, very simple. You just imagine now you're in the exam hall. So this is a topic. So you have to create your own questions. How do I feel social media can impact us or impact me? Do I use social media often? What is social media? Do you think that social media has benefits and advantages and disadvantages? Do you think social media has now taking a part of our life? That kind of question, create your own questions, all right? So I give you 10 seconds to think, Jaden. So when you are asking the question, when you are dealing the question, architect the questions, and at the same time you answer the questions, and once you are done, let's say you really completed all the questions and you have nothing to say, you just say, that's all, thank you, all right? In three, okay, 10 seconds, counting, in three, two, one. Back to you, Jaden.
So first question, right? What are the advantages and disadvantages of social media? Firstly, social media is free, or rather cheaper than mass media. Nowadays, you have those vending machines that sells newspapers to you, which are type of mass media. And as for television, you need to pay both the television bill and your electricity bill. Whereas when you use social media, you only need to pay the electricity bill. So it's cheaper in a sense. Secondly, social media can be more convenient than mass media. Social media allows you to post your life stories, no matter who you are, even if you're just a small little kid. And whereas mass media requires you to pay the company to post your stories, but those stories are like big news and stuff. However, social media can be addictive, like mass media, because who likes readings nowadays? And social media is also a form of distraction for teenagers who are studying. So do I use social media often? Yes, I do use social media often, even though I say it's a distraction just now, but it's it's just a modern way of it's just a modern way of posting everything, you know. Yeah. And mass media is like outdated already. The question. Okay, that's all.
That's all. Thank you very much. Remember, Jaden, this is the first time doing it. You're going to have more, especially when you're going for your end of this year, year-end exam, and next year Set 3, then Set 4 O-level, and your prelim at least a couple of times. And don't forget, Jaden, this is just only a practice, but in real life, you're going for interview or even you going for your EAE interview. If you are going to be very nervous and then don't use the or that kind of thing. Replace it well. If you are scared, you say well, indeed, as a matter of fact, you say then you change to as a matter of fact, thus, hence, therefore. It's always not easy, Jaden, to start off with the first person, the first speaker. Then the second term speaker will, oh, 原来是可以这样 Never mind, well done, Jaden. Very good. I'll definitely pass, but you should know the pass is not a high pass, because but I'm very funny. I like the way you say mass media, very expensive, pay television. Hello, excuse me. You watch Netflix also have to pay, like, brother. You watch a YouTube also have to pay. Recently, true enough, Mr. Beast have a challenges with 150 influencer, right? For $1 million. And what they have, he done a lot of things like build houses for the people. We watch this on the YouTube. And YouTube is free, no doubt. I agree. You're the first student to say that. Free, social media is free and cheap. Actually, not cheap, because social media, if you go to Lazada and Shopee, this also have to pay, correct? In terms of you no need to get out from your house lah. You are able to stay at home, and then the person deliver right to your doorstep, right? Wow, well done. That is a very convenient thing about social medias. Well, not true. Mass media last time also can do that, but you know the charges and the transportation's a bit different. Well done, Jaden. Both of you agree on Jamie and Hanyet. Jaden did a good job, but he's just a bit scared and nervous. That's very common. But don't forget how Jaden, when you're going for O level, the two examiner definitely is not your school teachers. You did it in PSLE, you should know. So this is not the first time. So eye contact is very important during your prelim. I'm sorry, your year-end exam. Eye contact, smile, which you did now, Jaden. But don't smile until like very like pervert smile like that. You know, teacher? They say, what you doing? Okay, you must smile with a kid. I mean, really genuine smile. If you can't hear what the teacher say, I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you say that Uncle Raymond is an idiot? Oh, okay, I agree with you. Okay. All right, well done. Who is next? Jimmy, your turn. And by sorry, Jaden, I think take my advice. When in your O level examinations or your year-end exam, when the examiners give you the time for 2 minutes to write down your script, please do that. Okay, I forgot to tell you, Jaden, it's best to use so what is social media, then and then how, and then use your 8W and 1H. Okay, and then link to the question. Back to you, Jamie. In 3, 2, 1, go.
So the first question is the advantages and disadvantages.
Choto mate, hold on. Can you hear what she's saying? Fair, not me. I thought I'm the one, my speaker got problem. So Jamie, be careful, because EAE, my students told me when he was doing interview, he's doing through Zoom, not face to face. I'm surprised. I thought COVID-19 do Zoom, right? Never mind. But now no leh. I heard they do through no, I thought COVID do Zoom, and then no more COVID-19. They're supposed to go to the poly there to do face to face. No, through Zoom. So be careful, Jimmy, I think the speaker, your mic or something like that is too far away from your mouth. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hanye, on your camera.
So the first question is advantages and disadvantages of social media. You hear me now, right?
Much better. Much better.
So social media allows for
Huh? Did you say something? Hello?
social media allows for two-way communication, unlike mass media. Social media lets users comment, share, and engage with the content more directly, which creates more dynamic and interactive experiences. Furthermore, social media is able to spread information really quickly, which allows the users to stay updated to the trends much faster than traditional mass media and channels can. Social media allows like creation of online communities with other people that you do not know, and let of the same interests from around the world connect with each other and have a larger sense of community rather than mass media where like you cannot interact and like bond with anyone. However, social media can spread fake news really quickly and like um the users that often share personal information on social media can the data can be invaded by hackers on social media, which is very not safe. Furthermore, excessive use of media serious mental health problems, including anxiety, depression, and loneliness. Uh, Unlike mass media, where you won't really get addicted to it, unlike social media. Social media can also be a platform for cyberbullying and harassment. And as this
platforms provide more engagement, which can cause harmful behaviors. The second question is, do I use social media? Of course I use social media, as social media is my form of entertainment, even though it's very easy to get addicted to. However,
Sorry,
if
the
you
last part, what you say, even though what?
even though it's very easy to get addicted to,
Oh, I see.
however, if you spend the right amount of time and do the right things on social media, it will not be as harmful as other people make it seem, and it's actually be a way of education to learn online instead of having the same pen and paper type of education, when you can make something more entertaining on social media rather than having a physical and boring form where you're used to it already. However, if social media is used the wrong way by other people, it can cause lots of harm to online users and not easy for them, and can many types of orders
Sorry,
and stress,
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Sorry. The last part.
and can lead to many types of disorders and stress. So if you want to use social media, please use it in a more safe and responsible manner. That's all.
Well done. Very good. But I think the two gentlemen agree with me. We have a bit of hearing issue here, right? On and off. The volume was very loud. Okay. There's something very soft. There's something like thing lagging. That's a bit of not your fault, Jimmy. Might be your Wi-Fi or your speaker. And last few days when I was doing Zoom, suddenly my whole Zoom hang. I have to restart my Zoom again because there's some updating. Hey guys, Jaden, do you know yesterday got a big problem in the whole world? The Microsoft down. The whole entire Changi airport, everyone cannot check in. I'm serious. The whole Microsoft down. You know why I say that, Hanye? My wife, the computer was also affected. He said restart PC. Until few time, finally the big boss in the company said, okay, all of you are affected by the Microsoft page. Please go back to office and reset and do. Wow, can you imagine? Travel all the way just to reset the bloody computer and go home. And thank God yesterday my elder son flew to Taiwan early in the morning about 5, 6 o'clock. Can you imagine he flew about 8, 9 o'clock, the whole computer down. I think he delayed his flight to Taiwan really. So things really cannot work, means cannot work. So please, Jamie, you're right. I like the way you use certain bombastic word. Like platform. Platform is not really bombastic, but you link to the social media. So you have to use word that related to technology like social media, platform, okay, the boom and beans, and then you can talk about why the social media can be cyberbullying. All these words are related to social media. Well done. Keep it up. Who's next? Last but not least, pass. But I'm just there's one part you talk very fast, Jimmy. Okay, very fast. Then I'm just worried during your exam because now it's Zoom. I can't tell how fast you go, but quite fast. I think the two gentlemen agree. But when you're doing face-to-face, be careful. Because sometimes when you're talking, just to be so unlucky at that day or not fair to you that somewhere they are doing construction work, then bing bang, that kind of sound, or just suddenly an aeroplane flew past. Possible, I ever done in the examination before, Jaden. Okay, next door they are building condominium. And next to me is my O-level exam. I was so fed up, I have to tell my chief examiner, I have to go all the way down to tell the construction work supervisor, please stop immediately now. He said, cannot, don't tell me cannot. Okay, you are given the time, this time during exam, you are not to make noise. Wow, not happy with me. But they have to stop. Okay, 你们考试最大. In 3, honey, your turn. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, back to you.
All right, can you hear me?
Very loud and clear, sir. Let's go.
Okay. So firstly, I think that social media is beneficial to us, but we cannot misuse it. Social media is mostly about those apps on the internet like Instagram, X, or even WhatsApp. These apps allow easy communication with other people and also to see what people have posted on the platform. There are also advertisements that can be shown on a page, thus being a type of media. However, I think that social media might be too addictive because social media has a lot of social media's sole purpose is just for you to keep using the app so that they can make more revenue. Thus, they make their app very very colorful and bright so that people would keep using it and don't stop using it. Hence, I think that social media might be beneficial to us, but we also cannot misuse it as people might get addicted and might change their lives forever. Okay, that's all.
啊哎，你是最短的一个嘞，每个都2分钟，你才1分钟嘞，还没有到嘞，大哥。哎呦，这样怎么 pass 嘞？你懂哦，你要 have 2 minutes presentation 哦，知道哦，2 minutes 啊。Okay, this is a warm up 啊。Next week that one 啊，I'm going to show you the video 啊。You better give a good 2 minutes talk 啊。If not, you're going to feel already 啊。Okay, well done. Okay, all of you. So since you vote for social media and you know social media is none other than a platform that for you to showcase. I think some of you mentioned that, in fact, all of you mentioned that social media is a way to not only just communicate, to pass message, to advertise your products, your services, or even to show your celebrations like Facebook on the Facebook, on the Instagram, and where this platform will tell people how well you do. And just like last 2 weeks, in fact not last week, last week only, I post on my social media in the Facebook that my beloved father-in-law has passed on, and then straight away we can see a lot of people send condolences to me. 节哀顺变. So sorry to hear your passing on of your father-in-law, and some even through the Facebook call me up, WhatsApp me, or even come down to the wake and pay the last respect to my father-in-law. So not like last time, Han Ye, when you mentioned that, or Jaden, was it you, Jaden? Say mass media is just like that, statics. So 你只能看到那个人去世在报纸。Only the newspaper, then see, oh, then by the time you want to read the newspaper, it's outdated already, 1 week later. Huh? The so and so who passed away already, got no chance to go and visit and pay the last respect. Right? That's how newspaper work. They'll put the obituary in the section called all the dead people there, and then send their best regard. That's all. Usually newspaper that time was very expensive, very good. But now a lot of people will post on the social media, like myself. And in fact, I agree. I like the way you say, Jamie. Of course, I will use social media. That emphasize clearly that social media is inevitable. That I have to use it for my own study purpose, for my research, for my communication, for my social gathering, for my other activities to show people to get influence. Okay, well done, guys. Thank you very much. More to come of this practice for this month and next month. Now, let's talk about this. There's a fundamental difference between mass media and social media. Thanks to the three of you and myself, we have explained it. In mass media, the audience is passive. You're right. That means one-way traffic. The audience simply receives the message. In social media, the audience play a central role in creating the message, receiving the message, and responding to the message. Wow. Let's go. Peer-to-peer. So we know this one is more to like mail, fax, Skype, telephone, SMS, MMS, instant messaging. Some of you will not know that Skype and all these SMS is like more to a social media, but it's in between between peer-to-peer communication. That means one-way traffic only. I mean, sorry, both way, but that's all. That means you and the sender send to you. That's all. All right. That means you send the mail to Han Ye send back to me. Okay, this can be a peer-to-peer. That means one way to one person only, or to a few person, that's all. Where else you see the mass media here? We are talking about newspaper, magazine, broadcast, television, radio, news sites and newsletter, or magazines, I want to say, or a bulletin board on the notice board and that kind of thing. And what you write on the situation writing, that is the mass media. Now, social media, have you heard of this before, Jaden, linking? 韩业 linking 有吗？听过吗？
没有，但我看到爸爸用过，我没用
啊，你爸爸用过啊？
啊。
你爸爸聪明啊，用这个。Jamie，have you seen linking before？哎，but 韩业 curious 啊，你怎么知道你爸爸用 linking？你偷看他的东西呀、
看到有短信了。
不要假啦，觉得我们都笑你，你不要假假。我爸爸用过，当你爸爸去台了的时候，他快点去看他 daddy 的 laptop。Oh, my daddy used linking. Just kidding, just kidding. Hey guys, linking is a very, very important site. Jamie, Jaden, and Hanye. Please ask your daddy, Hanye, why he use linking. Linking is where all your data, Jaden. That means 你做的好像你的project work 啦 your profile, your research and then your like, for me, I do have linking. Last time you write your email, send your email out. 老板, please employ me, like reading your resume, right? This linking is like your resume online. People will look in and see you. A lot of my friends, including myself, they are headhunters, they are employer, they are bosses who saw this linking website. Like Jaden, let's say you graduate of University of California, Hanya University of Beijing, Jamie University of London. They will see the credential and then what you do. Okay, so Jaden, you are the top terrorist in Asia. Hanya, you are the top terrorist in China. Jamie, you are the top terrorist in Southeast Asia. Example, just kidding lah. You are the CEO of the bank or a general manager, or you done a few fantastic project. Wow, I tell you, straight away they'll call you. Hey, Hanye, you free not to come up for a gatherings? We'd like to discuss with you. And through this informal meeting or interview, slowly you'll become a formal interview. And of course, if both of you like each other, you get the job. Cool, right? No, Hanye, please find out more from your father why this linking is so powerful. And in fact, I got student ask me, can I create a linking account? I'm so sorry. I'm not sure how old they allow you to create an account. But if there's no age limit, I think it's good to have an account now, seriously. Because this account will help you to understand the whole situation better in terms of your career background, in terms of your career opportunity, your networking with other people, and then it will make you more popular, and people will know that, oh, so and so Jaden, Hanye, Junyi, Jamie, you have done all these things. Well done. I didn't know it's such an age you got done so many projects already. And then that's how you get your job, right? Judy, will you mind turn on your camera? How come you're so late? May I ask this?
I forgot the time.
Sorry, last week because my father-in-law passed on, so I do not have the time to have the tuition Zoom with you all. Okay, so just to be fair to Judy, Judy, just now we have this 2 minutes presentation about social media. So Jaden talked about social media, of how he expressed himself about social media. Jamie also talked about social media. Okay. And then Hanya also talked about social media. So later, would you mind spend about a few minutes to talk about how you feel about social media? Because this is got to do with oral. So we hold on to this first, okay, because we are halfway through this. Now, looking at this here, we got Facebook, Twitter. Twitter now is called X. I don't know why Elon Musk called X. Very funny. LinkedIn, Google Plus, Instagram, Pinterest, and Tumblr. I have everything except the last one. I think Google Plus I don't have. Okay. So now, yeah, they forgot to put one inside. And guess what? 小红书. Don't you don't like You don't like 小红书Why you anti China is it? Bloody hell! 我们华人要 support 我们华人的东西吗？ Joke aside, recently I think there's a survey to show that most of them use a lot of social media, and usually in Europe. I disagree though, because I think the survey did not put in TikTok and 小红书Okay. All right. So this is a very good chart to talk about it, about how we segregate from peer-to-peer communication, that means one-to-one or one to a few. And then mass media is one to many people, but you cannot respond to them. Well, social media, you can respond both ways. You see? Beautiful, huh? You can link, you can click on, if you are free later on, you can type Google and then type linking, and then they will ask you to create an account in password if you're using your email account, and then you go and see for yourself. Bill Gates is also inside my linking. Bill Gates, and not Bill Gates, yeah, Bill Gates. It's just a platform for to showcase about Microsoft stuff, things like that. So it's very useful. Now, major differences between traditional media and social media. We're going to talk about this, and this guy is the one who talked about what is it? Linking, is it? I get it from linking also. So you see, he creating this kind of essay inside his linking. And when people read about this essay and written by him, wow, 他是有墨水的. He's somebody, well done to him, okay? So Amir Islam, ready, Hanye, first. Yeah. Hey, my mouse not moving. Oh my God. This one, let's go.
In the past, traditional forms of media were the only way you could get your message out to the public. But now today's digital landscape, there are a variety of new systems for reaching a mass or niche audience. It begs the interrogation, traditional media versus social media. How do you decide which works the greatest? Or do you need to decide at all? Well, before you start walking philosophical, let's mathematics out what we're really examining in the first place.
Yeah, do we need to decide at all? I don't think I think it's a very clear cut. No, I don't think. I think it's a very clear cut answer that we definitely need them. In order to get our news on hand, just like yesterday, Microsoft have a big problem with its whole entire server and create a big hoo-ha throughout the world. Not just Singapore. Okay, what is social media? Jaden. Later will be Jamie. Next will be Junie. This one, Junie will be this one. Okay, Jaden.
Social media is a form of technology transmission that enables users to create and share knowledge, ideas, SMS, and content via social networking websites and applications. But in the term, social media is often used interchangeably with social network. In fact, social network is a concept that was all over long before the advent of the internet. Social network refers to groups of people who know everyone or connected in some way. Today, the terms social networking site or social networking service are a little outdated, but they essentially refer to the same services as social media. Social media is now mainstream media, but it's hard to define it accurately because there are expectations to every definition. It differentiates itself by being interactive or two-way communication. Social media includes websites that are present for social networking.
Now, what happened? Give you some idea how social media started is all through internet. And how internet started is to call the thing called ARPANET. What happened in the 1960s and 70s? They have this thing called Cold War, right? Between the Russia, USSR, and USA. So they know that don't put all eggs into one basket. So US spread out their internet connections or their network by spreading from university to research to the Washington DC, the HQ, the presidential place, and then the FBI and all the secret agents or military. So they worry that Russia one day might fire a few nuclear missiles and destroy the US. So as a result, they spread out the different networks. So in case in Texas or California or New York, they got bombed, the rest of the parts of the US can still function. So, but after the Cold War, these are not important anymore, right? So Cold War ended, so there's no threat. So they open out this ARPANET to become World Wide Web. Now, we have to understand through World Wide Web, that is the internet, the birth of internet, like www.jaden.com.sg or www.jamie.com or hanye.com or junie.com. Now, this .com means that everyone owns a particular identity in the website. But what happens if somebody want to use hanye.com? They will tell you, sorry, hanye 被用了，对吗？ So they will put www.hanye1， but hanye1 也是给人家用了， then 他就放 www.hanye hanyetheGreat.com. Okay, so you understand why this World Wide Web is, because without World Wide Web, today we may not have social media. Let's be honest and be true. So because of this, what you have read just now, Jaden, is that the social networking connected each other is through because of the Cold War. After the end of Cold War, they opened up the internet and they call it the WWW, World Wide Web. And because of World Wide Web, people start to connect using the submarine cable, and of course later on the satellites of the space, and then they use all this frequency so that we are able to connect instead of using handwritten mail, post a stamp with an envelope and then get the postman to deliver back to your letterbox. We save all these things through this thing called internet. Very fast. And last time, Jaden, when I want to send a bullet email to my counterpart in US, when I was working in a US company, the email is not within 10 seconds or 5 seconds or 0.5 seconds you will send to your counterpart. You'll take 1.5 days or 1 day to deliver that particular email to my counterpart in California and vice versa. And then you have to log into the modem and you hear the sound. Then, okay, you log in already. Then you start to send it. And then it's very colorful, no, Jaden. It's only black and white and monochrome color, green color. No other colors. Seriously, it's so pathetic. But today, the social media has evolved such a way that the resolution, as one of you mentioned, the color, very colorful, right? Hanye, you mentioned, very colorful. Yeah. And then you realize that some people tell me, the social media, especially the one, the sparrow, you know what they say? Well, Uncle Raymond, the pixels very lousy. How long was that video? I say, well, hello, excuse me. I'm asking you to watch the video, not about the resolution of the video. But that show, is it? Agree, even my son, that day I watched the CUT during the June holiday. He said, Daddy, the resolution very lousy. I said, oh my God, that was about 15 years. You know, 那个中国CUT吗？那个中国CUT你看吗？ And then the effect, the side effect and the effect is not very good, right? Not like now. So then after you say, the 孙悟空飞那个天空是假的哦。You can tell, right? It's like, oh my God, it's that lame. I said that was the technology at the time. Now you cannot complete one. I even went to Beijing. That time they show us how they have the green background, then the person flying through that kind of things, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope all of you who are going to embrace yourself in technology will do something new and make it proud. Okay? Thank you very much. Back to you, Jamie. What is traditional media?
Traditional media refers to any form of mass communication available previous to the launch of digital network. Furthermore, traditional network include television, radio, newspapers, magazines, and books. Traditional media offers only a one-way communication. The audience accept SMS through the media, but the media do not get directly feedback.
Hey, Jamie, let's say now we go back to time machine. Okay, time machine means we go back to 30 years ago when internet is not so popular, okay, or 40 years ago, which is, oh my goodness, in the 1970s or 80s, in the 80s 就好，不要讲太远。So, Jamie, now you are 老板娘which platform here will you sell your product? And you think that platform is good?
Radio.
Huh?
Radio.
Radio, hey, high five. I will choose radio also, but why you choose radio? Let me explain now. You don't say I copy your answer. You know why radio is the best compared to television and newspaper? Number one, radio is always updated. Whereas television, yes, television is very expensive, to be honest. When you want to post your ads on television, it's damn bloody expensive. And it's about less than 30 seconds of advertisement or less 10 or 20 seconds, depends on how. But once you put it there, you might have to pay for 1 month subscription fee and then you run your ads. But radio, is cheaper and it's everywhere you can listen. Now, some television at that time, you cannot access one. It's very bad. Well, Whereas radio, you still can receive from in Malaysia or even to nearest Indonesia. Newspaper, not possible because sometimes you put newspaper, yes, like I put my tuition last time in 20 years ago on newspaper, 3 lines will cost me $36. And after a while later, if they forgot to read the newspaper, did not buy newspaper, they will miss out my tuition's advertisement. Magazine, yes, it's like 姐妹, her world, like or IT magazines. Unless you keep the magazine for long, if not, then you also miss out your advertisements, your promotion of a product. Books are not possible. Books means you write a books and then you showcase your products, which is also very expensive. Back to you, Jamie. Why do you choose radio?
So the radio is like always on.
I can't hear you, my dear.
The radio is always being used during the day and
Jaden, can you hear now? No, seriously, sorry, I really cannot hear. Sorry. Why do you choose radio again? Sorry.
the radio is being used more often back in the day, and like more people listen to the radio rather than pick up like magazines and stuff. And then like some household can't afford television to choose radio.
You are absolutely correct, no? In the 70s, there was this radio station 24 hours. The only station, 立地fusion, rediffusion. You ask your parents who are staying in Singapore long enough, you know, 立地fusion is like in the 60s, is so popular. I also installed one. The only radio station 行业 is 24/7. And they'll play nice music. And I got a few times, I even dedicate the song to rediffusion. And then the DJ will put, oh, this is from Raymond, so I would like to dedicate these songs to so and so. And the rediffusion also, every hour they will have news. They also do promotions and things like that. And in the 60s, rediffusion was so popular that they even had storytelling in Cantonese versions. And yes, you're right. That's the cheapest means because they subscribe to lay the cable, to put the box there and turn on, much better than radio. That's the only station run 24 hours. But after that, now nobody will want to listen to rediffusion really. Seriously. Now you got Shopify, is it? Is it Shopify? The one, the music, download the music. Jaden, you know about that? Is it Shopify?
Spotify.
Huh?
Spotify.
Sorry. Hey, we got generation gap. Sorry, Spotify. Correct. That's my son. He told me. I don't know how to download this, and I think we have to pay for it, but they don't mind, right? Because there are millions of songs inside. So thank you, Jamie, for your explanation. It's true. Radio television is pretty expensive at that time in the 70s, and to buy a TV is cost a bomb. All right, Juni, main difference between social media and traditional media. Give me a minute. 很短的. Can you read 1 to 3 will do? Thank you. Let's do. When you read 1, I will explain, and then when you read 2, I explain. Number 1, please.
The power to write and publish information on any traditional media form is with the editor of that general network. In distinction, everybody can share any kind of knowledge on their page on any social media outlet.
Yeah, you see, if you want to advertise something in a newspaper, in a radio or magazine, the editor, the chief editor, the person who's going to edit your passage, your announcement, they'll make sure there's no grammatical mistakes or there's no any racism remarks. That is traditional media like the magazine, newspaper. But what happened in social media? They don't care. You put anything, if you put any racist remark, good luck to you. Why? They will sue you, not the newspaper, because it's your social media. It's your responsibility. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you have your own social media, please be responsible of what you're posting. A lot of people through social media got themselves into a big trouble. Take note of that. Number 2, please, Julie.
The time needed to produce information on social media is comparatively very little than in consecutive media, A fastest form of consecutive media can be newspaper and their own blogs, and it takes at least a day or a few hours to publish. On social media, data can be shared at every time.
Exactly. So imagine if I were to post an obituary of my father-in-law who passed on last week on Monday on the 8th of July, and then if we go to the newspaper there or to post this obituary, it might take next day on Tuesday, and there's a cut-off time. If it's after 4 p.m. or 5 p.m., sorry, they tell you sorry, it will not be published on Tuesday newspaper, it will be on Wednesday, then it will be too late already. So last time, it's being controlled by the mass media, but traditional media. But now, your social media, I can post my father-in-law pass on my Facebook anytime. If I wish to add something anytime, less than 10 seconds or less than 5 seconds, depend on Wi-Fi, you get it. So it's so convenient and it's so good in the sense that you manage your own, you become your own editor. Number 3, please.
Social media has a choice of people performing different tasks on it. For example, liking and sharing images and other personal information, etc. On the other hand, traditional media do not have any of these things but only approved information.
Do you agree now, Junie and Jadens and Hanye and Jamie? There are people who buy likes and buy. You don't buy likes. So for example, Jaden, you got a product, okay? You sell. Then you can ask people to like your product by paying them to have a like on it. Then when people start to look at your product, wow, 10,000 likes. Do you know the biggest follower is now Mr. Beast, right? I heard every day there are a few 100,000 of followers. Is it true? Do you think he really go and ask them to buy the likes and like their video? Junie, do you think so? You know who is Mr. Beast, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, he's very famous and he got a lot of followers. But I really respect that man, such a young guy, you know, who did past that, who did a lot of good things for the world, for society, and yet there are people still hate him. I don't know what the count is happening. So yeah, this is about all social media. Number 4, may I have Jamie, number 4, please?
People can make or cancel the post sharing their information, photos, or video that they have made on their account on social media. This is not possible during the process of publishing in general network. Once a piece of information is placed, it is not possible. If possible, it is quite hard to change an already existing information.
That's the disadvantage of mass media. Once you print it out, you want to change, you have to wait for next day and say that amendment made on this day. The word from west to east, example like that. Whereas in social media, you type something, you post it. Even after a few hours later, 1 day later, you can still go in and edit it. But sorry to say that, yeah, you can do editing after a few minutes, an hour or a day. But if those people will start reading your Facebook, your Instagram, too bad. You cannot erase their memory. You can change it, but they say, at first I read it's like that, then how come it was changed? You give people a bad impression. So whatever you post is your responsibility, it's social responsibility. All right. Last one, traditional media is about arriving people out there. What do you mean by that? Imbalance an account on social media needs to have an engagement with people. Activities like response and interaction are mostly needed in social media. What it means by traditional media is about arriving people out there. That means you reach out to people. Whether they read your magazines, your newspaper, turn on to the radio, read the books, or even your mail, it's all up to them. Same thing as social media, you post anything, it's all up to them who read it. So there are friends who read my Facebook about the passing of my father-in-law. They did not put any comments inside my Facebook, but last few days when I saw them in my grassroots club, they said, "Oh, I sorry to hear about your passing on of your father-in-law. My people condolences." So I was in my mind, oh yeah, you are in my Facebook. So you have to add the person into your Facebook. That means you add them in so that they can see your view. Of course, if you don't add them in, they still can see your view because you click on public. That means any Tom, Dick, and Harry can read your message. Well, newspaper is different. If I don't read Indian Tamil newspaper, not Indian Tamil newspaper, Malay newspaper, or even Lianhe Zaobao, I will not receive the news. I only read Straits Times. Well, social media is like Facebook. As long you know you understand English, anybody can go into your Facebook. Even you don't understand English or Chinese, as long as you post a picture, everybody knows about it. Conclusion, Jaden, please. Thank you very much.
Yes, there are people who will favor social media, specifically today's people, but it isn't like traditional media is fully useless. A big example would be if a business will have to see what suits their business best. If they want to target a more certain type of audience, they will go with traditional media over social media.
Yeah, certain type of audience, Jaden, is the senior citizen who don't use social media. You agree? Let's be honest. I don't know about your grandparents, Jaden, Hanye, Junyi, and Jamie. Do your grandparents have social media or they prefer to read newspaper? You get me now? So this is called a sorry, something wrong with my mouth. Specific target audience. Same thing when you do your visual graphic text. When you see these are for senior citizen or volunteerism for senior citizen, that means the target audience is people who are caregiver like myself, who take care of my mom with dementia, okay? And to tell them that in order to take care of the dementia patient, you yourself as a caretaker must also have a good, healthy lifestyle. If not, if you do not have a healthy lifestyle, how can you take care of the dementia patients? Right? Simple as if you have a helper at home, and if your helper do not have a healthy body to take care of herself, how can she do the household chores and cook for you? You don't want a sick helper who got viruses and diseases and start cooking for your meal and then pass around the viruses. Same thing on social media and traditional media. It's like just like I asked Jimmy, hey, what happened? You have this product. Which platform will you choose? In fact, if you are rich enough, you can choose all the platform. Nobody cares. All you get is people care to buy your product and your services. Right? Just like who is that guy who don't talk on the black guy who used the hand like that? Lame something, right? You know who, right? What is his name? Nobody knows. He just show without talking and he got 2 million followers. That is something should think about social media. It's so powerful. Huh? All right. Last week we do this, right, Hanye? Jaden? Have you done your answer already? Okay, let's read through the questions. In paragraph 1, A, why do you think Rosetta were able to go to a Greek adventures? Give a detail from paragraph 1 to support your answer. So in case you forget the passage after 2 weeks already, so this is about volunteer trips to overseas, and Rosetta family was just like your typical family, okay, with 4 young children, 2 of school going age, and another 2 who were old enough to appreciate their surrounding, yet young enough to tag along without the unnecessary protest. Mr. and Mrs. Rosetta were able to on the lookout for Greek adventures to undertake during the June school holidays. I read the next paragraph again. The family of 6 had always going to interesting places during the June and December holidays. Among the many places which they had the privilege of visiting and the numerous experiences they had the fortune of having were climbing the mountains of Kota Kinabalu in Malaysia. This one is in Malaysia. Living in tree houses in India and bungee jumping in Australia. The family sought out adventure. They thoroughly thrived on the thrill these holidays brought about. With 4 young children, the couple was always seeking experiences which would enhance their children's life skill and moral upbringing. So the first paragraph tells me these families with 4 young children love to have adventure, love to go out to explore the surrounding and get good bonding. And they do not complain, the young children do not complain about it. The second paragraph talk about they going to different type of adventures and they want to experience this to so that they will allow themselves to have not just good bonding, but also to make sure that they know what is life all about. Okay, how different countries experience certain things. Right. Number 3, Would you mind Junie to read, then Uncle explain the paragraph number 3?
Three what?
Paragraph 3, my dear.
Oh, when it was time for the planning for the next holiday, the Rosettas were at a loss. They were dry on ideas. They went through guidebooks and visited countless travel fairs to no avail. Most of the trips were merely commercial in nature, with the usual touristy attraction with hardly any education element. As the holiday neared, the Rosettas were at their wits' end. Around the same period of time, Mr. Rosetta's colleague has been raving about a volunteer trip that he had the previous year.
Well, I really admire this Junie, this family, Rosetta. Well, every holiday without fail, they'll go with different adventures, different countries, experience cultures, traditional values, visiting different countries, with a large expenses because 4 children and couple 6 of them, not cheap for air ticket, and must be doing something great lah. They must be earning a lot of money, then they can go this kind of holidays. And paragraph 3 is that they are being spoiled for going to spoiled for choices, that they have been visiting so many places until they get tired of it and they want to do something new. And they came across this guy who talked about volunteer trip. Hey, something new, something we can do something back to society. Let's see what he's going to talk about it in next paragraph. Number 4, Jamie, your turn, please.
Mr. Yong, Mr. Yong and his families were ardent volunteers. Every year, they will make at least one overseas trip to help out with the building of a new school, or a relief trip to distribute help packs to those at the disaster zones. As Mr. Young went on and telling the benefits of such trips, Mr. Rosetta got increasingly interested in the nature of such trips. He could envision all the advantages such as a trip would bring
To
to
his
his
family.
family.
Yeah. So this is another family, and they talk about why they are so passionate, devoted, and willingly to do volunteers, because they feel a sense of achievement, the sense of belonging, and the sense of helping others is very important. Very good. Sure. I think all of you don't just study when you are get older, okay, more matured. In fact, not necessarily wait until very matured. Now you also can do volunteer work. Seriously, in many ways. If you want, you can just check it out with me. Okay, you can use those things that you don't want to use anymore. You can sell it off with the money. You can donate. Just like my father-in-law has been going to National Kidney Foundation to dialysis his kidney, and when he passed on, he donates some money back to the NKF. This is also considered as volunteers and give back to society. So that's paragraph 4. Paragraph 5, Jaden.
At home, husband and wife made some calls and checked out some websites of charity organizations which were always appreciative of the kind efforts of volunteers. Within the next hour, the upcoming holiday was settled. The Rosettas were going to Chiang Rai, Thailand. They were going there to help out in building a new wing for an existing school. The Rosettas thought that this was a brilliant plan. The 2 younger children could follow their mother to draw up a lesson plan to teach some of the younger students whilst they were there, while the 2 older children could help their father with the manual chores of brick carrying and bricklaying.
Jaden, one of my Scots sons, no, one of my friend who will always every year without fear go to Cambodia to build toilet, build school, give back to the Cambodians people through the volunteer through Christian value. And I always ask him, how do you feel when you go there? When it's within your, no, it's not within, it's like taking out your family times and your business time working. He told me that every time I see him, he would tell me that it's good, like what they say, giving back is more important than taking. Giving back as a Christian, I'm not telling you you must be a Christian. It can be any human being without any religions, because we care and share and dare to make the difference for this world. So this passage is about volunteerism. And this passage is also like my friend who say that when we were young, Jaden, we also get people to help us when we have difficult times. So it is good that all of you are listening here. When you get older, when you are a parent yourself, or even you are, you will be a famous person in terms of your own way. You earn a lot of money and good education. Don't forget those people who are very poor, who need helps. Don't hesitate to spend 1 or 2 penny, a few cents or dollars to donate. Every single cents contribute to a successful family who need that money to survive. Imagine every household will donate 10 cents, and Singapore got about 5 million people. You imagine 3 million people every 10 cents is a lot of money. Just like in China, 1.4 billion people. Let's say 1 billion enough. Everyone donate 1 亿元, 人民币1元. That family is enough to survive through for the whole entire year. So don't think that your effort is like 10 cents, $1 is useless, is hopeless, is meaningless. No, it helps. So why I bring out this passage? Because in oral, they do come out of this kind of questions a lot, volunteerism. And I think I did this topic a few months ago, right? Number 6, may I have who else? Han Ye. Han Ye, are you there? Han Ye is still in the toilet. Han Ye. Han Ye stuck in the toilet already. Junie, your turn. Don't mind. Help Han Ye. Thank you, Junie.
I think
Number 6.
when the day came and the roosters reached the village, there was a ripple of excitement in the air. All the volunteers had such a passionate attitude that the atmosphere was changed with positivity. The villagers welcomed all of them with open arms. The Rosettas instantly knew that they had made the perfect decision. Everyone there shared the same purpose, to help where they could, to make others' life a little easier.
I have friends who bring their kids when they are young. I have student who told me when he was young, his father will bring him to other country to do volunteer work. It make you a better person. There will be great karma come to you. Whether you have a religion or not. And if you have a religion, it's better still. The more positive things, the more volunteer you do, the more good things will fall back to your family members and to yourself and to your next generation. Whether you believe it or not, okay? I'm telling you the true fact, it will. So do a bit of things like volunteerism, helping others, doing charity is definitely very good. Thank you. So this paragraph tells you that everyone welcome them to settle to come in. Extra hand means extra effort. Extra effort means extra advantages to those people who need help. Number 7, may I have Jamie again? I'm so sorry. Last will be Jaden, how do I? 7.
Soon the volunteers began work. Mrs. Rosetta had spent an entire day back in Singapore crafting out a lesson plan for her 2 younger children. She had a grand plan filled with many resources and assignments. However, when they reached the classroom, they discovered that their plans did not quite turn out the way they wanted them to. The children realized the need for flexibility and being adaptable. Mrs. Rosetta immediately changed their lesson plans, and soon everyone was having fun and learning at the same time.
You have to understand, this group of people in these villages may not have received any form of education. Doesn't mean that 9 years old will like be primary 2 standard. Doesn't mean that 12 years old or 13 years old will be a primary school's PSLE standard or set 1. They might be 12 years old but primary 1 standard. They might be 8 years old but kindergarten standard. So you have to play by ears. You have to go in and talk to them and see where is their highest ability to learn. If their ability is there, you cannot give higher, then they will backfire, then they will not learn. So in order to do that, usually volunteers go there, will play games, will sing song, or even use simple words to communicate with them. Now this is called mass media or traditional media. Okay, or peer-to-peer communications. From there, their understanding of their language, how good they are. Even maybe you say, have you eaten? They will stare at you, blur, blank, don't know what are you talking about. Then you use your hand to do this. You're asking me whether eaten. Then they will say in their language. Then in their language, you say this is means by English called have you eaten. You taken your food or something like that. So that's from there they learn. Then if they cannot, you go word by word, like when you're in kindergarten, you learn that apple stand for APPLE, apple. They have to go to that. So you can imagine the whole class that Mr. Rosetta will have is the different age group from 8 years old to 18 years old. It's like, huh? How come? Because they are that like that. This is the first time they are sitting in the classroom. So wherever they craft out the lesson plans may not be useful because this is the first time they see a villager. Same. If I were to go down there, I also think of their level of difference. So when I teach certain international students, they can tell you, sorry, this international student may not be expecting what you are dealing with in Singapore students. Their level is different. All right. Last but not least, Jaden.
Mr. Rosetta has similar success with their older children. By the end of the day, they were exhausted to the bone, having luck brick by brick, brick after brick. They learned to work harmoniously with the other volunteers while listening to the locals' instructions. At the end of their stay in the village, the Rosettas felt very fulfilled. It was a holiday like no other. They had time to bond while performing meaningful activities. They learned life skills like teamwork and self-sacrifice. They knew exactly what they were going to do for the next holiday.
Give me a minute. Not only they got problem planning their lesson plan for the children. They also thought like carrying the bricks to build houses, to build toilet, to build school is damn easy job. Not true, especially if you depend on which country. The hot, scorching sun, the dry weather, the humidities, the environments, the mosquito, all these things play a very important part. And yet, maybe this is the first time they are carrying bricks. They are doing buildings using cement to put the bricks together, and they have put the life skills together. They have to sacrifice what it is like their hand and finger might get dirty, got cut, or things like that get fell down on the muddy place. When they walk, they cannot walk properly because of the mud. The R2 being the uneven roads, all these things. What immense here, is it the last paragraph? Yeah. Is that the whole entire 8 paragraph tells you that volunteer is not an easy job. It's definitely not an easy job. Okay, now let's look at the question number 5 and number 6. That I would like you to do now. Okay, let's do now. Do you have the questions?
Hi, Karima, I just came back. What do you do?
Wait, we are going to do the question now.
Which question?
Here, wait, suddenly I lost the pages already, damn it. Give me a minute, sorry. Okay, question 5, 6, 7.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, yeah, like that, so easier for you to read now. Okay, so we'll do these 4 questions because just nice for like that. So please spend another 10 minutes, write down your answer. If you are done, then just type your answer in the Zoom chat. This is not for me to see. Your parents will check your homework. My colleague will ask your parents to please review the video to see, because this is supposed to be done at home And then Uncle Raymond is go through the answer with you. All right, 5, 6, 7. Let me read the number 5. In paragraph 1, why do you think, why the miss give a reason that Rosetta were able to go on the great adventures? 因为他们有钱啊. Give one details from the paragraph to support your answer. Or B, the A is another one questions. So 1 mark each for number 5. In paragraphs, question number 6, in paragraph 2, the writer says that the Rosetta had always gone to interesting places during the June and December holidays. What does the words always suggest? 很有钱咯，对吗，韩烨？很有钱才可以每天去出国吗？我们这些韩烨非常有钱的人不出国的。Okay, the way you look at me, huh? Right, Jaden, question number 7. The Rosetta sought out adventure. Sought out means look for like crazy, yeah. From paragraph 2. Give 2 reasons why they did so. Why do they always look for adventure? A family who go out adventures together really help to improve the horizons and knowledge of their kids. 所谓读一万里书走，不读几本书还是走万里路啊？ The kind of concept. I can't remember. I need to get this correct. Referring to the paragraph 3, explain in your own words, why the Rosetta were dry on ideas. That means they run out of ideas where to go for holidays. Okay, let's do this 4 question. Please type your answer in the Zoom chat, all right? We still got any question? Wow, quite a lot, huh? What is this? Oh, the answer. Okay. Okay, we'll complete 5, 6, 7, and 8. Next week we'll complete 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Let's finish this few questions. And if possible, the 9, 10, 11, if you're fresh in the memory, please do accept my invitation to complete all the questions. Okay, with your capability, ability, and means to do it. All right. As you know, your WA3 is coming around the corner, maybe before 1 week before National Day or after National Day. Thank you, Junie. Then question number 6, Junie. Please do more practice here, huh? If you don't do, I leave it to you because at the end of the day, you are going to have a WA3 or even your end of year, this year is very important for your streaming to set 3. Yeah. So do as many questions as you can. It's for your benefit, for your own good. So that I can read your answer, then I know what to do. Thank you, Han Ye. Wow, you finished all the 8 questions. I prefer you to send everything one shot, like easier, okay? Not bit by bit. So at least I can view through your answer. I cannot take it on the question number 8, Han Ye. Oh, very show off, right? Run out of ideas, Han Ye. Hey, you hear me now? Why you so blur?
Huh?
I'm asking you, I say question number 8, very show off, the question. Run out of ideas. 好像说，我要买车啊，车很贵耶，连你的 friend 就跟你讲，不然你就买便宜的啦，就 Toyota、Honda 还是 Hyundai，不要啦。那你要买什么车？Mercedes、BMW、BYD，不好笑，Thank you。Question number 9 got no answer saying I need to go toilet. Very good answer for number 8, Jaden. Well done. Jimmy and Junie, once you're done, I'm going to fetch out the answer. Are you back ready? Jimmy, done? Junie. Thank you, Jamie. Junie, Question 6, 7, 8, I'll review the answer and wait for Jaden to come back. We call it a day for today. Okay, Junie, you're supposed to talk about the social media one, but because of time constraint, I'm not sure how it's going to work. So remember to turn on your alarm clock next Saturday to wake up on time. Then we can spend a bit of time on this. So I will just put it completed. Jaden, you're back. Okay, good. Junie, are you ready for 6, 7, 8? Remember the essay for this one, Han Ye. Hello, Han Ye, are you there? Thank you.
Hello.
Take a picture for this one. This is your essay. You got to do essay 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I leave it to you which one you want to do.
All of these, or
Yeah.
just choose?
You want to do all 1 to 5, all the 5 essay, I be my guess. If you want to do number 3, all of them will be 380 words.
Oh,
380 words. Handwritten, handwritten, and take a picture and send to WhatsApp. So take a picture, put there. Handwritten homework. Okay.
oh, okay.
Handwritten homework, 380 words. Now take a picture and send to a class. Okay, take a picture already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Send to the group chat. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Okay, question number 8, Junie. In your own words, Thank you, Anye. So 1 to 5, choose any of the questions. Hao了吗，祝你？Okay, almost. I just said the word almost only. Do as many as possible, if possible. It will help you, definitely. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Wow, your handwriting so small. Thank you. Number 5. The Rosatas were a family of 6 whose children were of an appropriate age to travel. So most of you got it correct, Okay. Jimmy answer correct. Jaden, question number 5A, the Rosetta were typical family, so big deal. You also got typical family, I also got typical family. I got tropical family also. But it doesn't, you know what I mean? So typical family 就怎么样？你要解释 more detail. So what's so about typical? Jaden, you are a very typical student. So how typical, Uncle Raymond? Please define my typicality. Oh, because your hair longer than me on your head. Because you wear spec, I don't. Oh, that's called typical. You bloody hell, stupid Uncle Raymond. Two children now to grow up probably the surrounding children. Yes, correct. Your answer for this. The other children did not. Hanya, your answer for number 5A also not very acceptable in my opinion. Okay, not good. Sorry, because so what? Did not complain. Doesn't mean and you don't tell me if your father want to bring you to Sahara Desert, you don't complain. Correct. To go and see monkey or monkey. The wild animals. Okay, question number 5. The details is 2 of the school going age and another 2 were old enough to appreciate the surrounding, yet old enough to tag along without unnecessary protest. Let's go one by one. The answer for number 5B. Correct, Junyi. Good. Hanya also 5B correct. Jaden also correct. Sorry, Jamie, answer not acceptable for 5B. All right, number 6. It suggests that the Rosetta travels during every June and December without fail. Well done, Jamie. Your number 6 answer is excellent. Jaden also, well done. No, Junie, number 6, I don't accept your answer. Hanya answer number 6 also not acceptable. Sorry, this answer here. Number 7, the Rosadas thrive on the thrill of adventure, their holiday board. Mr. and Mrs. Rosada were also seeking experience that would enhance their children's life skill and moral upbringing. I want to see the upskill and moral upbringing. Number 7, Hanya, correct. Jaden 17, correct. Of course, Jamie 17, correct. Number 7 for Junie, also correct. Last questions. They had examined many books on travels and gone to numerous travel events without success. Hey, bro, Junior, number 8, you must use your own words. You copy from the entire passage is not acceptable. The most I can give you half mark. Some teacher will give you 0. Well done, number 8 for Jamie is good answer. Very good for Jaden, number 8. I will give you half mark for you, Hanye, for number 8. But okay lah. Because not half mark, 1 mark, 1 mark. Because question number 8 is 2 marks, right? Let me check again. Yeah, 2 marks. So you got 1 mark for that. The rest got 2 marks. Well done. Also, we completed 8, 9, 10. Sorry, we completed 8. So 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll continue next week. So I'll put there a remark. Hey, sorry. Next Saturday cannot. I cannot have tuition with you. Also sorry. Can we have Tuesday now? No, cannot Tuesday. Next Tuesday cannot. Sorry, I only can see you on the. Can I have it on the? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. On the 30th. Tuesday cannot. Because 27th of Saturday, next Saturday, I'm having my first aid Singapore Police Force first aid exam, the full day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, so you got a lot of time to do it on the 30th. I'm so sorry.
What time on the 30th?
8 p.m.
Sure.
8 p.m. Jayden, Jamie, and Junie, 8 p.m. on the 30th. Because next Saturday, 27, I cannot have tuition full day. All right, so please look through all the questions sent to you by the lesson plan. And then this one also, there's a comprehension also. Things here got another comprehension, volunteerism, and act that is motivated by non-financial reason can be displayed in the form of offering help at an orphanage or putting in hours stacking books at the local library. So the questions are all here, and one of these will have a summary. Yep, summary. The summary of 80 words. So the best if you can do it on the foolscap paper, then we go through the answer. If not, then we have to do it like that. We need to complete it. And of course, with this essay, 380 words, you can choose 1 to 5, but it's only 380 words. Ignore the 100 words, 400 words, 250 words, 1000 words, 2800 words. Ignore all this. Okay, so I'm so sorry, 27, I cannot make it because I have a first aid exam. It's compulsory. If not, I cannot do my duty for the rest of the whole entire year. All right. All right. Thank you, everyone, for your participation today. I really appreciate it.